You can now hold Gill's Stand Fierce. It's a bit slower, but it goes up from -2 on block to +2. On hit it knocks down and inflicts a fire effect. Gill has very few ways to inflict his elements besides trigger and EX moves, so that's nice. If it triggers Retribution, it doesn't knock down, and it's a very nice +12 on hit. Towards Fierce had a similar change. If you hold it, it's only -2 on block, very respectable for an overhead. Of course, it's very reactable. On hit it knocks down and applies an ice effect. You're probably salivating at the Retribution effect, but actually it's identical to Uncharged Towards Fierce. Both of these chargeable normals are still fast enough that you could potentially juggle into them. Stand Forward is now only -2 on block, up from -4, and has a reduced hitbox at the foot, making it a better poke. Stand Roundhouse Retribution no longer knocks down. Instead, you're +23. Amusingly, this gives you a link to charge Stand Fierce. But you'd probably rather cash out. Even after a dash, you're still +7. Towards Roundhouse has an identical change, but it's a fire normal instead of an ice normal. This one's only +22 on crush counter, so you get dash into low strong. Gill's low TC now super cancels, giving you a conversion outside trigger. EX medium fireball is now knocked down, which is a nice launch for some of his trigger combos. Or if you've otherwise got a Retribution stocked. VT2's Ice Trap previously wouldn't apply the ice effect if the opponent traded with it. Now it has an extra hit, so the opponent is left icy. Most of Gill's buffs are to VS1, and man is it buffed. The most notable change is the Meteor now applies the elemental effect even on block. This is huge, because it means the opponent actually has to get out of the way of them rather than simply blocking them, or else they set Gill up for Retributions. This is a lot more difficult, and the opponent is likely to get hit or bullied to the corner if they're trying to evade meteors. When the meteor hits the ground, there's now a little explosion, so Gill doesn't even have to hit the opponent directly. And the explosion also applies the element on block. The meteors inflict more hit stun and block stun, giving Gill more time to pick up combos or block strings. And if they hit midair, they launch higher, giving Gill more time to pick up a juggle. EX Fireball and EX Lariat can now both be cancelled to meteors to help you set them up better. As well as trigger specials matching your trigger element. You can now use VS1 with a Fireball on the screen. Or use a Fireball with VS1 on the screen. Slow Fireballs can help you set up VS1, and VS1 can help you set up slow Fireballs. Between V-Skill and Fireball, Gill can actually create a wall of projectiles against many characters. It's quite difficult to navigate, especially with the constant danger of getting burned or frozen. Finally, Lariat juggles more consistently in the corner. I really like this patch for Gill. I thought VS1 was weak and borderline unusable, and now it actually seems incredible at controlling space and setting Gill up for Retributions. It feels like it should have been designed like this from the get-go. Apart from that, Gill mostly got buffs and quality of life changes to round him out. Personally, I love how much Gill breaks the mold by bringing in his own mechanic rather than playing SF5, and it really feels like he's functional or even strong now after years of being mediocre.